Welcome back. Moments ago, we learned that Secretary of State John Kerry spoke with Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan this morning. He welcomed Kerry's offer to send a team to help find the abducted Nigerian schoolgirls. And now time is of the essence. All this amid troubling news that suspected Boko Haram gunmen kidnapped another 8 girls overnight. And for the first time, we're hearing from one of the 300-plus schoolgirls taken captive 3 weeks ago today. The 16-year-old girl was among those 53 girls who escaped. Her story is difficult, but it's an important one to tell. She says armed men in uniforms burst into her school, promising to rescue them. "Don't worry, we're soldiers," they said. "Nothing is going to happen to you." But then they started shouting, "God is great," and we knew, this is her quote, what they knew was chilling. The men were actually members of the ruthless Islamic group Boko Haram, extremists responsible for a spate of attacks in the region. This young girl also recounted how she and the other girls later escaped. "We ran," another quote, "so fast. That is how I saved myself. I had no time to be scared. I was just running." But 276 schoolgirls are still missing. Quote, "I am really lucky and I can thank God for that," the 16-year-old said. "But God must help all of them. Their parents are worrying. Every day, everyone is crying." This morning, more outrage outside Nigeria's embassy in Washington. Protesters demanding the Nigerian government do more to rescue these girls. Moments ago in Chicago, Reverend Jesse Jackson spoke about the crisis. Take a listen.
We all have an interest in stopping this reign of terror and seeking to get these girls back to their parents and to end this kind of activity.
Joining me now is Sister Rosemary Nirombe of St. Monica Girls Tailoring School in Uganda. The sister's effort to house and rehabilitate girls who were captured by Joseph Kony's Lord's Resistance Army is detailed in the book Sowing Hope. Sister, you're familiar with this dynamic, and we know the details may be graphic, but walk us through what these Nigerian schoolgirls might be experiencing in captivity. Sister, do we have you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Could you tell us, give us a sense of what these girls might be going through in captivity right now?
Right now, it's a very, very painful moment, even for anyone who is hearing about what is going on, but especially for parents and relatives of these girls. And more so for these young girls, I'm sure they are going to a very painful situation, psychologically and physically. And right now, there is nothing much we seem at this time to be able to do. But yet I think it is possible. We can do something. Honestly, our sympathy goes out to these young girls and to their parents at the same time. And I still strongly believe we can come together and stop this evil. But the way of stopping this evil, as I can see, it's a way of coming together peacefully, just not offering another pain. Let us go to that concept that 2 wrongs will never make any right. I think we need to come together and engage in a peaceful way of resolving this.
And Sister, you mentioned evil, and of course one of the evils at play here is just how widely used sexual violence is in cases like this. Listen to soldiers in Congo explaining why they rape.
Na nouveau zalaki lokola yo moko yebindenge front ezali hein ndenge après toko compter po toza penza mete to yibaka te tozo sala tika pendenge tozo kende kaka na kona ko utiliser basi na komisa ta V5. Oui.
Sister, what's your response to those disturbing remarks?
I think people must sacrifice it. We have to sacrifice everything, money, energy, and there must be a way of coming to look for a solution to this problem. And I think we must engage these people who think they are committing these atrocities by raping these girls, by making them become sex slaves. They must be engaged into talks. And I'm sure there are people who can do this. I'm not an expert of this, but there are people who can engage in this.
So you think the answer is
management.
not to isolate them more, it's to talk to them more? These extremist
I beg your
groups.
pardon?
You think the answer is not to isolate these extremist groups, but to communicate with them more?
I know they're isolated. It's very difficult. But right now, even these girls feel they're by themselves. I think people should let these girls feel they're not by themselves. People are caring. Everybody is caring. And we're looking for ways of finding how these girls can be brought back. And we're also going to think of ways of how we can talk to people who are abducting them. That must be the greatest courage the world must think of. We need to engage these people and find how these girls can be brought back.
And when you talk about engaging with the extremists, obviously that's a challenge in cases where they are this violent, where they're resorting to these tactics. What would you say to the men who have kidnapped these girls?
This man is talking and everybody is hearing what he's saying, and I'm sure somebody is able to capture everything he's saying. The people who are hearing him say what he's saying now are the people who can engage him. They can respond to him. They can ask him exactly what joy he has in destroying the lives, in destroying the future of these children. I'm sure he needs someone to talk to him.
And why is it that you think they fear girls' education? The group's very name is Western Education is a Sin, if you translate Boko Haram into English. What is it that these men fear about girls who go to school?
I am sure they want to, it's all about power. And it's all about destroying a woman's future. To think that if we take them, we destroy their education, we make them become wives, we rape them, it's that we are going to take away hope from them. But I'm sure these girls, deep in their hearts, they are not going to be destroyed. They are going to hope, and once they will be able to come out of this, people need to support them and let them get above what these people think they have done to them.
Well, we all share that hope. Sister Rosemary Nirumbe, thank you so much. We leave you with a reminder of those 276 girls still missing. 276 daughters whose bright futures Boko Haram is trying to darken.